G'day YouTube, Max right here, and some dark days for Bitcoin. The carnage continues, but there is a big green candle looming. We're going to talk about how to time it so that you get in at just the right time right here in this video. So go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and let's get into it. So right here, we're looking at this, this Bitcoin price, and you can see right here, this long-term trend line right here. Ready? It's just long. This is over. What is this actually? Well, let's do a quick measure move. Let's see how long we're talking about here. From here to here, we are talking about 13 days. 13 days. Okay, let's have a look at this on the hourly. You'll see it jump out at you, and you'll see. And look on the hourly chart how often this hits it. Let's get it out from behind my head. And we've just got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 touches along this trend line. Now, if you'll remember, I highly recommend you search for it on my channel, a video called How to Find the Big Green Candles. It's something about big green candles. Just click on my logo below this video. You'll go to my channel. Once you're there, you click on a little magnifying glass. Click on that, and that means you're only searching in my channel. Search for green candles, and I think there's only 2 videos with green candles in the title. Watch either one of those, but probably the first one's better. And I will tell you in more detail what I'm about to tell you right now. But when you get a break of this thing, right now the sentiment in the market is just absolutely horrible. It's as bad as I think it can get. If we, in fact, let me do this. Let me check out Fear and Greed Index. I wonder what is that? It's probably like below 10 or something right now. If it probably hasn't been updated from this last smash, but it's going to be really bad. Okay, we're down at 14. Yesterday we were down at 12. Things got better today. Okay, that's because we're a day in arrears. I think this thing is a day in arrears. I think the following day we're going to be below 10. So it's rough, I tell you. So Bitcoin sentiment is not good, and as we come down, everyone was really hoping that this wick down to 30 was a one and done deal, and it just not appeared to be what it was at all. Now this couple things we want to talk about. What's playing out now, this pattern right here seems to be very, very, where are we? Drop in there. Seems to be very, very similar to this pattern in here. Ready? There was a, why are you being so weird today? Okay, so there was this big wick down, right? And we came back up, created some kind of a top, and then we battled with it, ultimately got rejected, worked our way down slowly, came down, and eventually, right now we're about here on this chart, right? Eventually, it broke down. You can see here even look at the bottoms here. So there was the first wick bottom, then there was one up here, and then 3 lower bottoms. We had this wick bottom, and then we had 1, 2, 3 bottoms before it actually broke down to a new low. This is exactly the same thing that's playing out. So I reminded you of this. I drew this to your attention a few days ago, because when Bitcoin's in a trend, it loves to repeat its patterns. Last trend, it was all about bull flags. The trend before that, it was all about symmetrical triangles. This time, I don't even know what the name of this thing is, but this thing just seems to be repeating. And look, it's absolutely possible, of course, it's absolutely possible that we're going to break down here below here and follow this pattern. So I'm not sure if it's going to happen soon, but it's, well, I'm not sure, so let me finish that sentence properly. The breaking of this trend line to the upside, I'm not saying it's going to happen in the next hour or 2 or day, but at some point, this is a very steep downward trajectory trend line. At some point, it is going to break across that, and we're going to get a big green candle. I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. Okay, so just right now, where things are bearish. Things are bearish. I'm not saying it's going to go low. I'm not saying it's going to go higher, because honestly, I thought we were at the end of it, but so far this is telling me no, we're not at the end of it. The other big point I want to draw your attention to, Bitcoin dominance at 47.7. Now, this let's go back to the daily here. I want to see where the daily closes are. So we still haven't closed this candle above 46. But as you'll recall, this is a big, big indicator for me. What do we, if we're going to be in cryptocurrency at all, what are we going to be in? And I mean, I'll never not be in cryptocurrency. I'm always going to have my HODL account, etc. But if we're going to be, going into positions or even reallocating the basket, what should we be in? And right now, this break, as we came down, we created market structure here at 46. We came down, hit the bottom, came back up, and we were waiting for confirmation that this altcoin season is dead. And it's time now to be, if you're going to be in any kind of crypto, you're going to be in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to outperform the altcoins. Now, we have had fake outs in the past. Right here in the middle of this trend, we had this big fake out. So look, there can be a fake out, absolutely, but the trend is suggesting that we are in a big rotation into Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin's down 10%, but everything else is down worse. Ethereum's down 15% and is below $2,000 down. Dash is down 20% for the day. Cardano down 20% for the day. Just so many things. DOT down to 17. Just so many things giving back whatever it was that they had. And so this is plenty going down. RUNE now. Let's go all the way down. I'll check out RUNE. Where's RUNE? RUNE is down to $7. I saw it down at 6. It's down 30%. So remember, it was up at 20 just a week ago. And so just the altcoins are getting clobbered. And so all the signs are saying that altcoin season is over, dead and dusted, and that it is, if you're going to be in crypto, you want to be in Bitcoin. Now, maybe this needs a couple things. A, there can always be fake outs, so you always got to take everything like that with a grain of salt. But this incredible strength into Bitcoin, I understand, price of Bitcoin is going down, but compared to the altcoins, the Bitcoin is showing the strength. And so I think you'll see that that's going to be one of the catalysts that's going to bring this Bitcoin price, turn it around, if anything at all. So let's just consider that. All right, back to the Bitcoin price. I want to finish off this video talking about the timing of this big green candle. So let's go back to the hourly. And here's what we're looking for. At some point, there's going to be a break of this big green candle. Let me grab this. This is a trade I never put in, all right? But I guess it was working off this trend line as well. So let's zoom in, highlight this so you can see it. You can see here, this is a long position. And what it's saying is, I will buy Bitcoin if the price goes up to here. Because during this period, the price was down here. What I wanted to see was a clear breach of this trend line. And then I set my stop loss just below the trend line so that if it turns around and goes back below the trend line, the trade is invalidated, I'm out. And I will take that small loss. But here's the thing, when it breaks this trend line, eventually, when it does break this trend line, in a meaningful way, not just a little wick over like this, in a meaningful way where maybe even it goes over, or even an hourly candle closes over, or maybe a 4-hour or 6-hour or daily candle closes over the top. Now, any of those things you can take as okay, this is where I'm saying the trend line has been broken. And you'll also know it because of volume. So you'll see some things happen down here. You'll see volume really spike up. You'll have some really tall candles like you do over here, okay? So it'll be verified by a good, clear, obvious move above the trend line. The volume will spike up and the price will have velocity north. So 3 things you'll see. Price will have velocity north. It'll be a steep curve, kind of like the inverse of this. But when it does break, what I think you'll find is it'll be a big green candle. And so somewhere down here, I don't know when, I don't know where, could be below $30,000, could be above $30,000. I don't know the answer. But somewhere we're going to break this trend line. And when we do, it's going to be a big, big green candle. And just so you understand the reasons for that and the historical perspective of that, let's go back to the 2017 bull market. What was that? And you'll see I probably still have all these little green lines here. Yep. Let's get in there and take a quick look at them. Well, it's more obvious when you're on the hourly here, but you can see there was a break here, and following that break of the trend line, big green candles. We had a trend line established here, following that, big green candles. We had a trend line break here, following that, big green candles. And you could go back and play with this and prove this to yourself. When this trend line broke, we had big green candles and a prolonged move to the upside. This was probably one of the best ones. When this trend line broke, the longer the trend line, the bigger the green candle on the other side. When this trend line broke, it was a big green candle to the upside and a big move to the upside. The longer the downtrend lasted, the bigger the green candle is, and the bigger and more pronounced the other side move is. So we are in a very long and very pronounced downtrend right now in Bitcoin. And so when it breaks, I'm expecting it to see, because there's been a lot of people sitting on the sidelines waiting to get in, or waiting to get in and getting stopped off at stop losses. It's been happening for months, and they're waiting to get back in. They want to buy, but there will be an enormous amount of buy pressure for Bitcoin, waiting for Bitcoin to confirm the end of this trend, right? You don't want to try and catch a falling knife. And there will be an enormous amount of Bitcoin, buying pressure for Bitcoin, waiting to jump in. It's been waiting, it's been losing, it's been waiting, it's been losing, it's been waiting, it's been losing. And when there's finally confirmation that this downtrend is over, it's going to come in hard and it's going to put on a big green candle. So I hope that helps in catching that. When this downtrend will stop, I do not know. I do not know. It's already gone on much longer than I thought. But I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to try and get that big green candle? Are you an example of that money sitting on the sideline waiting for evidence that this trend is over, it is broken, and you can finally get back in to crypto? And if you get back in, are you going to go altcoins or are you going to go Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.